So let's start with the first one, and I'll show you the sort of the jacket, the cardigan first. So it's actually a cashmere black cashmere cardigan jacket, I would say, because it closet just there's just one. Um, I don't actually know the word of this type of clothing, but there's just one. So let's say just one button. So it has a look of a jacket, but it is a soft cashmere cardigan, and I don't wear it enough. Hmm, maybe it's a little bit too, I don't know, too nice, like too ladylike for me. So I really have to, make it a little bit more rough. Um, you know, I mean, the rest of the outfit has to be a little bit more um, uh, casual and maybe a little bit more rough. So what I thought about wearing with it, and the good thing with this jacket is that it's very warm, so I can actually wear a t-shirt underneath, which I don't normally do during wintertime because it's just too cold. And I have this one from Roa, um, from Roa. I'm not sure whether I'm pronouncing the name correctly. That's why I wanted to show you the label. And it's a little bit, I don't know whether you should call it deconstructed, but it has an interesting element at the bottom. So the hem is uneven, and I know it's black on black, and maybe it's not really gonna do any good, but on paper, because I'm not trying the outfits. So once I've planned them, I'm not trying them on. It's something that I do the actual, like, on in the morning when I'm putting clothes on. So this is when I try things for the first time. Well, not first time, because obviously I know my clothes, but the combination, especially if it's new, well, it's going to be the first time. And sometimes I fail, and it's okay. That's my process. So these two, so again, for a little bit of interest. So already this t-shirt is, giving me that something that is, not so, I don't know, ladylike. And then I thought about these TB pants, which I don't know. I want to call them jeans because to me they look like jeans, even though the material is softer, much softer than jeans. But they look like jeans. They have this denim like wash, and they have yeah. What color are they? I would call them probably like mustardish, if that's a color. And yeah, I think they gave me enough, roughness, with I mean, as a contrast to the cashmere jacket. But let's see about it, because yeah, the jacket is very short, and then the t-shirt is rather long, and yeah, I will have to see it in real life, and then I would probably at the bottom I would. And you know what? And if it doesn't work with, because I'm sure the jacket will work. It's more the t-shirt. I'll just put on just a tank top, a black tank top, and it's gonna be fine. So that's okay. And then at the bottom, I think I'll wear these pointy shoes. So we will have black and um, uh, contrasty pointy boot at the bottom. Yeah. Love the trousers. Thank you, Monica. Yeah, they're really good, really good. I mean, I don't buy that much, of TB firsthand, because it's just uh, it's just complicated. Let me put it this way. So, it's far too expensive, to have it shipped from the US. And then what we can find here in Europe is also very pricey, very very pricey, because obviously the stores, have to um, well, they include, obviously they include, the taxes, the customs, and so on. Probably now also the tariffs or whatever. I don't remember which way they are going. Whether they are just going, one way when we export things to the US, but definitely things are pricey. And Yeah, so these pens I bought actually in person while during our trip to New Zealand at a store that is a stockist of TB, and that was really I such a pleasure, and it was instant, full body yes when I put them on. So this would be the first one, and I really, I mean, I hope for sure when I do outfit planning, I mean when I plan my outfits, when I put them together, I do hope they will work. Um so well, yes, I but probably do get a little bit disappointed or maybe a little bit irritated, when an outfit doesn't work. But then typically, it's like it's 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 just one thing. So it's like in this case, I know the t-shirt maybe, a little bit question marks. So and I already have like a plan B, so it's fine. Otherwise, I don't remember who said it, but I really like the piece of advice that was given is that, if something's bothered you during the day in your outfit, um, then, and I mean, sometimes it's like, whatever, I'll just wear, what I've planned to wear. And then really my day can be like completely, um, a complete disaster, Oh, the TB tank. Yeah, great with the boots. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Monica. Yes, yes, exactly. No, and I've worn the tag pants with those boots already. So here I'm not in doubt. I'm not in doubt that these two will work fine. It's just about the t-shirt. Anyhow, but sometimes it's like, I'm thinking it's just clothes, just wear this outfit, whatever, nobody will notice. But the point is that I notice and I get irritated and it bothers me. And then, instead of thinking about work, I'm thinking, how to fix my outfit. Well, of course, it's an exaggeration, but it's sort of what it feels, that yeah, how I spend the day. But then I got this great piece of advice. I read it somewhere. That, instantly when you come home, you fix the outfit instantly. I mean, don't wait. Don't just like take off your clothes and think you're gonna do it later on, because you will not. So just try to fix it immediately. And fixing an outfit is, really not about, well, changing all of it, but changing something, starting just with one thing. So again, I mean, in this case, I'm assuming maybe the t-shirt will be the problem. So, I would start with changing the t-shirt to something else. It could be the shoes. It could be that the jacket should be longer, for example, and then basically, I can wear a blazer. Yeah, and so on and so on. So it's a good exercise, and really just remembering that everything can be fixed, an outfit can be fixed. And also that you can do it step by step, but do it just as soon as you get home. Off to the next one. This is actually an outfit. So I've just had a call with um, Noelia, one of the writers here on Substack as well, and so she's a stylist, and we had this call because we want to write this piece together. And we had a call, for her to sort of get to know me better, and also get to know my wardrobe. So we were, well, basically I was standing just here in front of the phone, and she was looking on my clothes. She was looking at my clothes in the closet. And I think, no, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I mentioned this skirt, which is a pleated skirt from TB. I bought it pre-loved. It's in this, deep navy that TB is so famous for. Um, and I don't. It's not like I don't wear it, because I wear my clothes because I, force myself to wear all of my clothes. So I use the hanger method, to know what I've just worn and what I can I should style the next time. So, so it's not that I'm not wearing it, but the point is that it's not natural for me. So if I should just like if there was some kind of an emergency, you know, uh, whatever, a a trip, just out of nowhere, and I were to, let's say, pack, for the same climate as the same kind of weather as here in Copenhagen, I wouldn't naturally grab this skirt, or whatever, an event here in Copenhagen, that I didn't know of, and it was, I had to come up with an outfit, immediately. I wouldn't choose this skirt. And why? Because it's a little bit just like the black jacket, cashmere jacket. This one is a little bit too ladylike for me. So it does take an effort to make it more, chill, um, and well, not masculine, because I'm not looking for the opposite of feminine, or ladylike. It's more, yeah, it has to be more chill, and maybe more fun. Yeah. So definitely, and it's also too classic. Probably that's the word, that I should use as well. And if you know me, you know that I like a good blazer. So I would typically wear a blazer, for during the work week. And a blazer obviously is a classic piece. So then I know that my bottoms need to be very chill, or I mean, still professional probably, but they have to, somewhere in my outfit there needs to be a balance, and I need to look approachable. Okay. So she had this idea that I should wear this green jumper with it, and I already love the colors. But she wanted to, Naila wanted to introduce a little bit of, like layering, and a little bit like a pop of color more. And the idea is I'm trying to hold these two together so it makes sense to see what I'm trying to achieve. The sweater is rather long, so what I will do is that I will actually, to make sure that they can see the t-shirt, I will use a safety pin, just like I did like 2 weeks ago with another jumper, and it worked really well. And then these three. So immediately you can see, because it's a green jumper, really fluffy, really, maybe you can't even tell in the camera, but it is like it's also a TB piece, secondhand TB piece, very fluffy, very like thick, but not like overly warm, but in a good way. Uh, so we have, some good texture and layering, colors, of course. And yeah, and then immediately, the skirt feels much more grounded, much more chill. Um, as to the boots, I think I will just wear, because vibe wise, I think that these white uh, would be very good with this outfit. Yeah, so these chunky white boots, but I'm just afraid that maybe it's gonna be too much. I have to see. Maybe let me put them here. Yes. So maybe, oops, maybe the white t-shirt popping from underneath the jumper will be, enough of white for this outfit. And if this is the case, and again, it's something that I will know once I have put on the clothes. So if this is the case, I will just wear my knee-high dark brown suede boots. Yes, they read more ladylike or classic, but it's fine. It's fine because I already have the classic part at the bottom. So, oops, yeah, that's outfit number 2. Close this one. So, next one. Another piece that I mentioned to Nylia was actually this blazer. And so this is a pinstripe blazer in, navy. And it's very soft. It's actually a cashmere blazer, but very soft. So it feels a little bit, especially like sleeves. It's quite stretchy as well. So it feels like a relaxed blazer in a way, but still it's a blazer, So again, something I have to, dress down. And it's a funny thing because it's not like I have to wear a blazer, there's nothing I have to wear. There's no dress code in my office. There's seldom any dress code, in Denmark. But it's just something that I love wearing, and it's part of my personality. So I will always probably love a good blazer, but it doesn't mean that I need to read classic um, in in the whole outfit. So what I want to pair it with is this white top, and yes, this maybe reads still classic, but the top is anything but. It's actually a pre-loved TB piece. So it's this long sleeve white scuba-like material. Maybe it's a little bit difficult to see, but it is a little bit scuba-like, and it has a zipper. So already there, it reads like something that is not super basic and super classic. And then I'm gonna pair this with these Winslow pants in, it's a burgundish color, but it's a warm burgundish color. So it goes really well with so much in my closet. So just these three pieces. Maybe I could actually throw this gray jumper over my shoulders. This would also work really well. Yeah. Oops. How to do it to demonstrate it. Oh yeah, like this maybe. Yeah, this would be good as well. So something to consider. We are actually so this coming week will be much warmer than previous, I don't know, 3 months, which has actually been very, very, very extremely unusual for Denmark. So we never have, minus degrees of the temperatures, below freezing point, and snow and like ice in the harbor and on the lakes in Denmark. We very rarely have this during winter time. So, which means that, it's been very cold. It's been very cold in a way that I like, but because I like, this crisp, fresh air and snow and everything, it just brightens up the streets. But it's going to be warmer, which also means it's going to be wet, which I'm not really a big fan of. But this means that I don't need so many super warm layers, and definitely these Winslow pants in, I think it's called Active Knit. Yeah, Active Knit fabrication. I could wear them during summer as well. Maybe not 30 degrees Celsius summer, but Danish summer. Let's call it like this. So like I actually wore them like this week as well, and I had to wear thin tights underneath to be able to actually feel warm. Okay, so these three, and maybe then also the gray jumper. So over to number 4. So let's start with this combination. The other item that I bought in New Zealand, so at this Muse boutique in Auckland, that is the stockist of TB, was this t-shirt, which is really, really cool. It has this cocoon shape at the back, which TB is so known for. Now, it does require that you're not wearing anything on top of it, right? To actually see the beautiful shoulders. It's a little bit difficult to see them on a hanger, but there is this beautiful like rounding on the shoulder that I've never seen before. So you know, yeah, it's just what Tibi is really good at. It's basics that don't look like basics. I mean, it's still gonna be too cold to just wear, a yeah, like I would say thinner jacket on top. So I want to wear this merino jumper underneath like this, and then this Frankie Shop bomber jacket, which I use mainly as a blazer, even though again in New Zealand I use that as an outerwear. And then this pre-loved faux leather skirt. So, very, in a way, basic, but not so basic because obviously, none of the pieces really are basic, but maybe the colors are, right? So, and not a palette that I've been wearing so much recently. It's funny because if you saw my closet maybe 5-7 years ago, it would mainly be, blacks and whites and grays. Then then I think around Corona and probably I was not the only one. There was a shift to beiges and a lot of like I don't know, is it the right word, like comfort kind of clothes and colors. So suddenly all the blacks had to go and grays. But now I'm back and I enjoy them. But I equally enjoy, the burgundish or the earth colors that I'm wearing just now, So, yeah, this moss, green moss color, then this taupish color, and a little bit rusty brown, sweet color. Alrighty. So, yeah, this is number 4. I'm looking forward. I don't think I've worn the skirt with this bomber jacket. It is quite oversized. I'm a little bit sad that I bought it in sort of like my size. I should have bought it slightly smaller because it does. I mean, I'm tall, and even on my figure, it is really long. And then when you like put, well, I can actually try it on to show you what I mean. Well, obviously not with these colors, but anyhow, you can see sort of the cut of it. So it is quite oversized. It is quite long, which is okay when it's open. So I like wearing it like this, with the sleeves up. Yeah, it's cool. But then when I want to do, sort of the balloon kind of shape, the bomber shape, which would be, like this. There is simply too much material here, and it looks as if I don't know, I had my pockets filled with things. I was, I don't know, stealing things from a store or something. So it would be really much better if it was, I don't know, like this, this would be cooler. And it would just require a smaller size. But I mean, I still love it. And I still like styling it. Probably I will style it like this. So it has like this double zipper opening. So probably something like this, just with a little bit, maybe more, maybe like this opening at the bottom. Let's see when I put it all on. Or maybe just open. Yeah, because it's not for the warmth. It's really just for sort of, the styling that I will close it or not. And I am actually considering the same cut, the same model on the Frankie Shop in browns. But obviously, yeah, then I would take the smaller size. That's for sure. Let me just grab my cardigan again. Super voluminous. I don't know whether you know the brand. Bracket. I can never pronounce. I can never remember the brand's name. Freckenberger. Freckenberger. They are actually experts in cashmere. Um, yeah, really cool piece. You can like, it's like wearing a a wool blanket. Crazy. Really nice. Alrighty. So that's number 4. The last one is actually with a blazer. Ah, we've had a blazer. Yeah, we've had the navy blazer. Good. Because I'm here standing and, telling you a little lie, that that I like a good blazer, which is true. But, apparently this week I weren't on planning. I weren't planning on wearing that many. Cool. So this is a pre-loved piece from Acne Studios. I have the pants that go with the suit, with the blazer as well. I really love the pants. I've been having troubles styling the blazer. Most probably because it's quite long. Um, again, on my tall figure. And because there's a belt and, it's sort of, yeah. I mean, I like my blazers open most of the time. And yeah, the belt is really, nothing I will, you know, see myself styling. So I'm considering, changing a little bit, altering it a little bit so that it feels more like me. But I really like the color and the quality. The quality is just amazing. I mean, Acne really does some beautiful things. And immediately, to dress it down, I want to wear my snail t-shirt from TB. Like this. So, you don't see the whole print, but you see a little bit of it. And then to dress it even more down, these pants, denim pants from Haikura, wide leg pants, are really, oversized and voluminous. So these 3 things, and I mean, just not to be cold because, it's not it is wool, but it's like tropical wool, I think we call the material, which is, wool, but it's cooling. I will need another layer, and I was thinking about another chibi piece actually, which is this sheer top from a couple of seasons ago, which I will just wear, as a layer underneath, and maybe it will actually be cool to. Let me see how we can do this. So if I take the sleeve of the sheer top through the sleeve of the blazer, then we would have something like this sticking out if I roll the sleeves of the blazer up. And I mean, still, sort of push the sleeve of the black sheer top up my arm. But then how the colors will be something like this, and the lining in the blazer is actually striped, which will be, maybe a cool thing because obviously, you don't see that I'm wearing the black top. Here you see the white t-shirt here. Yeah, and then the jeans. I will probably need a belt, but I don't want to do much of a fuss with the belt, so I don't want it to be, any contrast or anything like that. So most probably it's going to be this one, which is actually also a TB piece. Beautiful navy men's belt with a silver buckle. Really like it. Yeah, and then as to the boots, I don't think I have them here, but it's no, I don't. So it's my Aida suede brown boots. Yeah, ankle boots. Probably. Unless I feel that they are, the brown of the boots is too close to the blazer. Yeah. What? No, I think it's gonna be. I think black will be too much. Okay, there are 2 options. Either my black pointy boots from Paris Paris, Texas. The brand is called Paris, Texas, or the IATA boots. Yeah. So these are the 5 outfits. Now I'll show you the last one, which is a little bit of a joker, a little bit of a maybe thing. But sometimes I don't need those maybe things because, on Wednesdays, I actually work from home. And I may actually need something that is much more, in a way, casual. So I have this denim, pre-loved denim skirt, like a midi skirt that I really like. And I really wanted to wear this shirt. It's this, I think it's Korean. I think it's a Korean brand called Dunst, which is a little bit like a deconstructed. I mean, you can obviously wear it the usual way, just, a button up, but then it has also a button on the side. And by the way, all shirts should have elements like this that you can, use for styling. So you can wear it like this. It looks obviously, better when you have it on. And then I also wanted to wear this wool, really warm, even though it's not that thick, but warm cardigan from La Mer in brown wool together. And the cardigan itself, actually, you should see, the cardigan itself has also buttons, additional buttons. So you can wear it just like, a regular cardigan like this. And it's actually quite, well, not quite, but slightly oversized then. But there is also a button on the side, too, actually. Let me just close them so you see what I mean. And, it's not like there is a specific buttonhole that you need to use for those buttons. So you can also create, a shape where, one side of the cardigan is, higher up than the other one. So you have this uneven hem. So I wanted to wear them together with the buttons closed on the side for a cool detail. And I've worn them like this, so it's nothing new. So a little bit of a preppy look, but still, a little bit intriguing maybe because of those, the way I will close the shirt and the cardigan. Yeah, so something like this, but then the shirt can, be more open. And you really don't see it now, but yeah, hopefully you can sort of get an idea. And then the skirt. So, more of a casual look, but definitely very me. Maybe if I think that it's too cold to wear the shirt, because, I have a thing, I don't know whether I've mentioned this here on my lives before, but I have a thing during winter, with like cotton or silk. Yeah, cotton or silk. I don't like them like directly on my skin because I find them very cooling. So, that is why I would always wear, well, and it's specific. I think it's specifically cotton shirts for whatever reason. I don't know, because, I do wear my cotton t-shirts, which are, well, close to my body. But it's in a way, in a different way. I think maybe actually because the shirt is not that super tight. So there is like air in between and somehow this is cooling. So if I think that it's too cold, then I can just wear this navy jumper underneath. And then maybe you can also see that layer also, in the middle. So the colors would be beautiful together and even with the skirt. It's a really cool combination. Now, if you see, there are a lot of ifs, and I love planning, for the different scenarios. And if I feel, so once I've put the clothes on from this styling, from this outfit, so once I have the clothes on and I'm like, it's a little bit, too casual for my liking, too casual, for a work day, then I have an option of wearing these pre-loved suit pants, but wide leg suit pants with slits at the bottom. So they are not, your super usual suit pants. Instead of the skirt. Yeah. I know this will read a little bit more preppy probably than wearing the denim skirt, but yeah, we'll see. So this was the Joker, the maybe outfit. But sometimes I do actually wear the maybe outfit, just because it's like, well, it does depend on how I feel, well the evening before, which is when I again take the outfit that I want to wear from the closet and hang it in the room next door. So how I feel exactly at that moment, maybe how the weather is gonna be the day after, and I also quickly check my schedule. I would typically I used to check my schedule more before doing before planning the outfit, but now it's just, I just check the weather because I sort of know my schedule. It doesn't really matter if I have a lot of, let's say, customer meetings, because it's again, nobody's expecting you to look a certain way. There is no dress code. I work in the renewable energy industry, and it's mostly engineers or developers. And you can really look however you want. So, which in a way, it's good, but it's also sometimes I complain about it. I would actually like a nice dress code. But anyway, so it is just entirely up to me and how I feel, how I want to feel, what vibe I'm after, and maybe a little bit, the weather. So, well, that was it actually, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that maybe I've also given you an idea or two in terms of what to style this coming week. But I'll be posting the recording, so feel free to chip in with anything really. Questions about my closet, questions about what I do, where I live, anything really. Just let's keep on. Let's continue the conversation. Alrighty, but have a lovely week, and well, see you soon. See you next Sunday. And in between, of course, for a post or two. All the best. Bye bye.